Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our channel.
Yeah, we want to welcome everybody who's new, everybody who keeps coming back. Wherever in the world you may be, welcome. So this particular video was special for me.
And me too.
Well, for me, because I got her another doll project for Christmas, but this time she didn't get to just dive into it and get it No, she didn't know about it. That's right. But she didn't know she was getting it. But when she opened it and she saw it and she said, could not wait to get into restoring this doll. And I said, nope. Nope, honey, you gotta wait.
When I saw this doll online, I fell in love with her face.
Mm-hmm.
And she's a 1930s composition.
Yep.
And she's about 17 inches tall.
Mm-hmm.
She has a hat and coat, and we're going to teach you how to deal with it. It's corduroy.
Yeah.
And to restore 1930s textiles,
yep,
which would be her dress and etc.
But the great thing for me is I got to video it this time instead of doing a short on it and saying, well, I got her this and she couldn't wait and she loved it, but sorry everybody, you don't get to watch it get restored.
No, I had to wait to share it with all of you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I can't wait to get to it, and I know that she cannot wait to get to it.
I can't wait to start. Oh, I've already started a little bit, but I can't wait to get to finish her composition because she had the problems with her composition.
Yep, but it's going to be a really nice video. I love you, kiddo. I'm glad that you got your doll.
Thank you so much.
Here we go. Well, look what you got for Christmas.
Yes, that was quite a surprise because I saw her months and months ago, and I really...
Wait a minute. I think I've heard this story before.
Yeah, she does that. I didn't think about it, though. You'd think I'd think about it, but...
This is the third year.
Third year in a row.
The third year. I mean, guess what, everybody? I tied her down, her hands behind her back, so that she would not touch her, so that I could actually get a video out to all of you of how she's going to fix this lovely little composition girl.
Look at that face, and she's been in the bleach, and I can prove that she's been in the bleach because you can tell by her hat
sun.
In the sun. She's been bleached by the sun, and you can tell by the different colors. And even one underneath, this is the inside, and there's even some bleaching there, and there's bleaching on her coat. See here? That proves that she was in the sun. Okay. She won't look like that one.
Nope.
She still has this gorgeous, gentle, sweet, loving face.
Well, we should tell everybody about her. She is a composition doll, and she has a mohair wig. And I'm going to say this is most likely her original.
It's a lovely wig.
But I'm going to say this is probably her original outfit.
Oh, this is her original outfit. There's absolutely no doubt. I'm so afraid to touch her outfit because I'll explain why. People have asked me to go into textiles or how you treat these old dolls' clothing, and one of the most difficult to deal with is organza. Her pinafore is organza. I'm sure she's an early doll in the 40s at least, and the reason I'm so gentle with it is because there are a lot of people that say, and my doll's dress has never been washed. They don't understand that some fabrics, as in this one, can withstand decades of not washing. But when you don't wash certain textiles, they rot from the oils and the dirts in the air and whatever's in the air. And so you can see that it's stiff. Do you see how stiff that is? And it's ripped here, and I could turn her around. Okay, so we're going to bring this little girl in. She's wearing the dress. It's not the doll. The doll is not the important thing. This dress came with this organza, long sleeved. It was so ripped. It was so torn. It was that brown. This doll isn't complete. She has to have her eyebrows. Somebody put black something on them. She's not complete, but I put the dress on this doll and a shirt underneath because this was her blouse. was long sleeved, and it was just
It's organza.
yeah, it was just rotted. It's
Anyway,
soft
guys,
now.
this is a ideal Tony doll, and this is an original dress. And the
Yes.
organza was the
She's
original
tagged.
shirt
She's tagged.
that was attached to the dress.
It was the blouse that was actually sewn onto the dress. And you can see that it's very supple, and you can see how this is not. Now,
Another thing,
Oh.
that little piece you have there was just as brown.
it was just
that.
as brown as this, and is stiff. And I tried. You can see that I tried, but I couldn't save the blouse. So now she's got an undershirt on made by goats. See? And
No, all we saw
we
was
put
your
a couple
hand.
of buttons. Oh, I'm sorry. She's got a little undershirt on. Well, there's her slip, but she's got her undershirt on. And I just gave
Whatever works.
whatever works. And so she still has her Tony dress, what do you call it? Jumper. Now she's got a jumper. Okay. Now we bring you to a Tony that is all of the trim is organza. Now this doll came recently, and this is the waffle weave cotton, and this is all organza.
The underdress.
It isn't an underdress. It is a trim.
Oh.
Now I want you to see what's happening to this organza. Do you see what's happening to that organza?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's happening because this was never washed.
Mm-hmm.
So the organza can't put up with all the,
Mm-hmm.
the things that are in the air, the oils, the grease, and all that. It just can't. It just becomes very brittle.
She's going to have her own video.
Yes, she will
But
have her own
We're
video.
going to also reference her dress because this little girl is going to get her organza pinafore cleaned, and we're going to show you how we're going to attempt it. Now, we have no idea how it will turn out.
I have a pretty good idea how this will turn out. This is the dress in the organza department that I'm concerned about, because I am going to use OxyClean on this, as I did with this, okay? But because this is blue organza, and this is a very light pink cotton, I'm concerned,
So we're going to use
That
a
it
different
might-
method,
yes, that it
and we'll
might
show you that method in her video.
remove from color, and I don't want any color.
Right, but
removed.
we're going to show you that particular
That will
method
be another doll.
in her video. But this little girl, we're
So-
going to move on to her because we've talked about her for quite a while. I think we should just get going, and
She has, as you can see, she's filthy. She has a lot of repairs to be made
Yeah.
on her
and
composition.
we're going to show you that too.
And these socks will go in
So
OxyClean and OxyClean
so
and
we're going to
OxyClean.
OxyClean her.
But we are not OxyCleaning her hat and coat.
They're corduroy.
It's corduroy, and she has shoulder pads.
Aren't those
Isn't that
cute?
cute?
We haven't figured out who she is yet,
No, we
but
do
once
not
we know, we will let you guys know. But I think right now she is going to just get her clothes clean.
What I'm concerned about, and why I had to do this right away, is I'm afraid I've got to get this in the OxyClean and softened before I lose it.
Okay, so let's go do it.
Okay.
Well, here we go.
I'm going to use the back end of one of your brushes you clean here, okay? And our hot water's pretty hot.
Well, she put the OxyClean in. She's going to dissolve it
Mm-hmm.
just in a little bit of hot water.
You do not put those clothes in hot water.
No. But she's going to dissolve it. Now she's going to turn it down.
And just keep until don't feel any grit. So we're just going to just keep doing this until it dissolves. And it takes a little bit of time, so we'll cut for a minute. So right now I'm adding cool water or warm water.
To get the right temperature, because you do not want to put it in hot water.
And of course, remember your hands can take more. That's good. Your hands can take more heat than. Oh, always close your drain. Socks.
Have
Yeah.
a tendency to go down the drain.
Oh, very easily. Now, I can resew that. This sock is a little damp, and I'll tell you why. Because it was stuck to the composition, and it wanted to pull, and was pulling off pieces of composition, which I'll put back on in a few minutes. And the only way I could do it is to dab water on it
Mm-hmm.
so that it would release, but it didn't hurt the paint at all. It didn't hurt the composition, except it's some pieces. I'll put it back together again. Got a little
Okay.
puzzle to do.
So everybody's going in the OxiClean.
So this is all going in the OxiClean, and just notice how stiff and fragile that is.
And dirty.
Yeah, so I'm going to put them at the bottom so they stay. And now I'm going to turn over. It's so fragile, but once that dirt is out, it's going to be just as supple and soft.
Oh, that is some
Very dirty water.
Yeah, very.
And that is the death, look, that is the death knell of that fabric. I just can't take it. Organza, I just can't take it. I took the socks out. That will probably become much cleaner.
So now that it's been in there, I don't know, what, an hour or so?
Oh yeah, at least maybe 1 or 2 hours.
You're going to rinse off all the OxiClean.
Yes.
Then you're going to hand wash them.
Yeah. I'll do the socks by hand. You can see how much dirt is. And this fabric could take it, you know, without rotting. But the organza can't.
So, but what we're going to tell everybody is you're going to wash them by hand with a little bit of soap, and then you're going to use a little bit of laundry softener on them, and then you are going to take a look at that.
I'll iron it.
Right. And then you'll do the repairs.
I will do the repairs.
All right.
So what I do is, this is very fragile. I could have got it whiter, but it couldn't take any more rinsing or handling. So I stopped. So it isn't white. Well, that's better than, I don't want to lose it. So,
but after she was done washing it and using a little softener on it, the way that she...
I didn't use softener.
You didn't?
It couldn't take the rinsing anymore.
Okay, but did you use it on this?
No, I decided not to.
Okay, well then after she washed it and thoroughly rinsed it,
yes,
she used this little hand washcloth, and she rolled them up in it.
Yes, just like
because
this.
you do not want to wring or scrub these very delicate, no twisting.
Right. And so
that's how she got them a little bit.
This is the end of this. It had one shoe and one
But that's how she got this a little bit less wet.
And so I'll just let this air. She's got attached panties. Don't know who she is or anything. I haven't washed her coat.
Well, maybe by the end of this video we'll figure that out. Okay, so
what I'm going to do is, can you see how fragile? I'm going to show you where as I was rinsing, I was getting splits. Do you see the split? See the split? Those were splits that came from all the dirt as it was crushed, all the dirt, and then when it went to split, when it was washed, it was a fold that separated.
Okay.
And so I saw this.
So why don't we show everybody what you're going to do? You're going to use this very low heat iron.
Yes.
You can get this. We got it at Joann Fabrics, but I will put a link in the description of this video so that you can find one. This is, for the most part, it's safe on these very delicate.
Well, we're going to find out right now.
On these delicate fabrics.
Because this is very delicate.
And you're going to iron it before you attempt to.
Oh, yes.
Repair.
And I'm going to tell you why. Because when you get it this fragile, I'll clean edges. But when you get it this fragile, oh, it's separating here. See, where's my fabric fusion? Oh, I will use fabric fusion in a toothpick.
Wait a minute, let everybody see it.
I'm sorry.
There.
Fabric fusion.
I'll put a link in the description.
It's clear. And if you were to try and sew this, I guarantee you would lose it.
Well, yeah, the fabric is so fragile.
So I am going to make this part that's fragile here not fragile, because it's going to then become one with the fold.
By using the fabric fusion, but you use such a tiny amount of it.
Right. You don't
okay, well, I'm going to let you continue to iron this little thing, and then I think maybe we'll come back and see you fix one of these, do one of these repairs, and then we'll move on.
One of these repairs over here before you go is going to be made. This is the center. Do you see how that's the center of her pinafore? I'll clean the edges. I have this very fine. Do you see how fine that is? I have used that so many times.
Well, we're going to show everybody as soon as you're done ironing it.
To repair.
Okay, well, we'll show them.
It's almost invisible.
It's going to be a few minutes for us, but it's going to be very quick for you.
Well, this, I couldn't show it to you while filming because I didn't know what I was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
But because I got some support from here, this is the outside, and I got some support from in here and a little from here. So what I had to do was gather. This was split. If you remember correctly, this was split right here. And then all this gathering was undone. Well, I took one thread, a needle bit with only one thread. Don't double it.
Mm-hmm.
And I went under where, I have the lid on. Thank goodness, I usually don't. Anyway, where it was secure, you can see it's still frail here, but I'm going to glue it. Anyway, I took the chance of drawing this together and drawing this together with one thread, knowing that in the end, I cut off my little piece
of the other fabric.
That it's right here. Right here.
Mm-hmm.
I took my little piece. Now, before I do that, I have to show you, I have a split in dead center of this pinafore. So I have to be careful to stay away with the glue, because I'm going to probably try and use this to overlap this piece of the shoulder strap.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know yet. So anyway, where's my little piece? There it is. So what I do with the little piece to give it support, this is fabric fusion. This is what it's for. That's what fabric fusion is for, although we use it for a lot of things. I use it for a ton of things. You can see it's getting low. Okay, so let me put that back on because everything's tipped.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can just go.
Safety first.
Yes. Where's my little piece of fabric? You can barely see it. See how fine that is? Well, it's not going to unravel because I'm just going to make my patch. Lovely for organza, got to tell you. It works very well. And let go of my finger, please. And because I have this there, I have to be very careful. So I'm going to come over here so I don't get near the other repair I have to do. And I'm going to put it there. Where are my clips? And I am going to clip it. If there's smaller repairs, like a little hole, you don't need to clip. But when they're a bigger repair, you want to clip it.
Okie dokie.
So I'm going to do, I'm probably going to, this is what I think I'm going to do. I'm not going to sew it. I'm just going to glue it. And it'll look like a crease. I told you what I thought I'm going to do on this one. As soon as this dries, this right here, then I'll work on that repair, then that repair. And I will have saved. This is what I'm going to do tonight because it's wet. Even though I wrapped it in that thing. I take my, after it's dry, I'll go through and take off all these extra threads. But I'll just take mine. And even though it's as old as it is, it does very well with this iron. So I wanted to show you how I washed and what do you call it? It is, you can't, I don't iron corduroy. Unless if I did, I would do it from the opposite side, but I still don't iron corduroy. So what I wanted to do was shape it, and I did it with my fingers. So I call it ironing with your fingers.
Okay, but before we get there, first we're going to go back to how it was washed.
So,
and you didn't just wash it.
I didn't just wash it.
We used
the Retro Clean
for the second time
as an experiment. And she had had a lot of sun damage. You can see her face. It's dirt, but it's also sun damaged.
Okay.
And the sun damage, the hat was this way. It doesn't want to go that way now because I shaped it and gave it a memory. But it was forward like a poke bonnet. And it was bleached here. It was bleached here by the sun. It was bleached all the way, sun bleached on her coat all over. I think we can see.
You can still see a little.
I don't know if that's bleaching. It almost looks, it could be, but it almost looks like it was crinkled. So when I put it in this and let it set for a while. And when I went and dumped the water, it had bled. And so I have this green water going down this thing. But the sun bleaching was gone.
Greatly reduced.
I don't really see it. So then I just washed it with,
the usual way.
The usual way. And then I hand ironed it, stuffed it, stuffed the sleeves, laid it on a towel. Oh, I wanted it to go back to the way it was supposed to be, like this, because her head wasn't that long, And I stretched everything the way it was supposed to be, laid it down, and hand ironed it. And there you have it.
Well, now that we have her clothes all ready to go, now her dress is done, but we're going to save that for the reveal. This little girl needs to be washed and repaired and restrung and have her hair done. But most of that we're not going to show because we're going to have a video coming out soon that is specifically just on composition repair.
And we'll cover all of what I'm going to do on her. It'll all be covered on several different dolls.
But we're just going to give you a little bit of an overview of what we're going to do to her so you can have an idea before we go to her reveal. So
epoxy sculpt will fill in these big areas.
And
this is all dirt.
I will have a link to the epoxy sculpt in the description.
So this is all dirt. This was the spider cracks, just like this. This whole thigh was spider cracks. And this is what I use.
It needs to be.
I'm sorry. And this is what I use for the spider cracks.
It's an extremely fine.
It's an extremely fine
sandpaper, but you have to be careful. You're not trying to
take off the paint. You're just trying to, and it works. It works really, really well.
Now she's going to do this after she cleans.
After I clean her, you can already see it's made a difference. Anyway, this was completely spider. Okay, so now that I've taken care, I have to go over this part a little bit more. I'm going to show you. They say never use. I never do what I'm told. Never use anything wet on Compo.
And in general, never get your Compo wet. Never.
Right, that I agree with them. This is, see?
Practically, well,
it's wet.
Slightly, just slightly damp.
I got it wet, squeezed everything out of it, and I could use the goop,
the hand cleaner.
But what happens is it loosens the
paint.
No, the actual cracks.
Okay.
Because once they're soft, then they become flexible. They're malleable. And I do that when I want to glue down big areas. I do that, but I don't want to do that here because this actually works better. And I'm going to show you how well it works. See how clean that's coming?
But she's going to get the water off.
I get it off immediately. So I do a little bit. And then I wipe it off.
Make sure it's very dry.
And it's dry. And I found that, you see how dirty that is. She is so dirty. And then.
Okay. So let's just see what we're going to do for her hair. And then I think that while you're working on her, we're going to just get set for her reveal.
Yes.
She has a mohair wig.
Okay.
Is she still going to have those braids?
No. Her hair was all covered in a hat, so you can see the difference between that and this. But remember, with mohair, the dirt is on the top. And when I pick it out and I use water over it, I get most of that dirt off. Mm-hmm. Because I've already showed that in mohair.
Right. There are other videos.
There are other videos on how
specifically on mohair that you can see how it's all done. This little girl is going to get a little ringlet of curls all the way around the back.
Probably all the way around the back.
Let's see her face. Let's see where she's at.
That's where she's at. She's a cute little girl, and she's going to be even cuter in about 1, 2, 3. You made her a new dress. I did not.
Are you sure?
No, I redid her dress.
That's not the same dress.
It is the same dress.
I know, but my goodness, it looks like it's brand new. I mean,
she looks brand new.
My goodness, look at the hair. I was not expecting that at all.
You can see she was meant to have pigtails.
Yep. But she's got these gorgeous little ringlets.
Oh, I've seen little ringlets that I want to reposition.
Oh, that's okay. My goodness. Isn't she a stunning little girl?
She is. She's got a beautiful face.
She does. And it looks like her composition has been helped a little bit.
And those were the shoes I used in the first video on how to restore oilcloth. Those are the ones that were all crinkled up.
Mm-hmm. Only today they were helped a little bit more, get reinforced with some fabric paint.
Yes.
Which normally we don't do, but these were they needed a little bit of reinforcement.
Yes, they were pretty crunched. Go watch the video.
Oh, but guess what? There's even more.
Yes.
Well, what do you think?
Have you seen anything so cute in your life?
Well, Evie was pretty cute when she was a puppy, but
no. Whole different kind of cute.
Yep. That's what she came in. Her beautiful little corduroy hat and coat.
And of course, now this is the first time we've seen her in it.
Yep. We'll make adjustments, but boy, isn't she adorable.
I think so. Well, there's my Christmas present. Complete.
Yep. And I finally was able to let everybody see you complete one of your Christmas presents. Of course, Evie's always my Christmas present. Always. She's the best Christmas
Birthday, St. Thomas.
Oh, she's every
Easter, whatever there is, except Halloween.
Yeah. Evie. Evie.
She's too cute to be Halloween.
Yeah. Evie, you like the dolly? Huh? Do you like the dolly? Hmm? You like? Hmm? Yeah. Well, we hope everybody enjoyed this video. And if you're new to our channel and you enjoyed it, perhaps you'd like to subscribe or maybe give it a like. We appreciate everybody who keeps coming back. And I think it's about that time.
Oh, for me?
For you.
Oh. Just remember, it is possible to do it yourself.
Yep.
Sometimes it takes a little time.
Well, it was a little time for you, but I'm glad that it was a little time because then everybody got to see it.
It is possible to change a doll from rack and ruin to...
Yep. Guys, that's the only kind of Christmas present she likes.
Oh, yes. I like them in a mess.
Okay. Well, we'll see you next week, and bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.